My beautiful people, welcome back to another video. Today I will be breaking down USDJPY as usual, and through requests I'll also be looking at gold today. Unfortunately I don't trade synthetics anymore, so I will not be looking at synthetics, but anyways, my beautiful people, let's get right into it. So first things first, obviously we have to just look at USDJPY, and looking at USDJPY, this was my expectation for NFP, and unfortunately I took an L. But because of this L, now I understand what direction that the events are going to be taking for the rest of the month. My initial prediction for the month was wrong, but now I can confidently tell you that PPI I will be expecting a weak dollar, CPI I'm expecting a strong dollar, FOMC I'm expecting a weak dollar, core retail sales I'm expecting a strong dollar. But let's see how they play out. But first things first, we jump into the weekly time frame and we restart our analysis. As you can see with USDJPY, it has been consolidating the whole week. We did not have the move that we were expecting. It's just been clean consolidation. So we are on the higher time frame. First things first, always we have our overall support and resistance levels. So my beautiful people, personally I want USDJPY to sell still, simply because with USDJPY, if you can take a look over there, we had a break of market structure. Yes, it's not a clean break, given that it's just a wick out over there. We just have a wick out, but regardless, I want a break of structure. I want a sell. I want USDJPY to respect this overall fair value gap over here and push to the downside. Let's jump into the daily time frame and try to understand that what it is that we are actually looking for. We can actually still come up and actually respect this fair value gap over here before selling, but with the current pattern that is forming over here, I'm expecting USDJPY to give us sells in the coming week, given that PPI is also going to give us that selling momentum. Although yes, CPI literally the very next day may give us that buying momentum, as I will be expecting CPI to give us the same direction as NFP. Right, okay, let's just quickly mark that out. As you can see, we are in somewhat of a rising wedge, and given that we can actually sell and break out of this point over here to push to the downside, we may have overall sells, and it would be not that probable, given that as soon as Trump was elected president, or rather won the elections, we saw USDJPY becoming very bullish, and it was good news for the dollar. So by the time the 20th comes, I'm actually expecting USDJPY to be bullish, but let's not go too far into the future and just analyze purely structure. Structure wise, if we jump into the 4-hour time frame, we see we have this rising wedge over here. I would rather just do this as well. We have this rising wedge over here. We have been pushing quite up lately, and if we can push, you see, we have a rising wedge. So if we can push to either side, that is the direction I will be taking the whole week. So I want either we have a break retest and then push to the downside, or we have a break retest and push to the upside. Literally that simple. Literally that simplicity of the setup, you know. So for now, given that we don't have a clear direction, it hasn't picked a clear direction, USDJPY is something that I will not be really trading as much, but there's a support that needs to be also broken, but the resistance was broken, and it could actually be showing us signs of buys. So for PPI, maybe we could have a move like this. Then we could just jump into the, on our time frame. So for PPI, maybe we could have a move that gives us a young correction until about this point over here, before we can push up again with a third touch entry. Sorry, we could have a third touch entry over here and then push to the upside with CPI. Hope I'm making sense to you guys. So you can see we have a first touch, we have a second touch, and I would like a third touch around here during Wednesday. I would like a third touch around here also, and then what, and if CPI we can push up. Or Alternatively, we don't have the third touch here, but instead we have a third touch down here and then push it upside. But regardless, we will see with CPI. But for tomorrow, looking in the upcoming trades for tomorrow, I'm looking for sales on USDJPY. This is a nice level over here, nice zone. So if we can nicely break out of that zone over there, or we have a retest over there, we can actually have our selling momentum, selling pressure, and maybe push to that point with TP1 being, I want to say, I don't have a clear TP1. Okay, we could have a target of this point over here, and I want to target this point. It's not a clear point, but okay, sharp. We could also target down here. I doubt TP1 will be hit. TP2 will be hit. Maybe you'll have this TP instead. But irregardless, I am looking for sales on USDJPY in this coming week, with the stop loss being just above that high and the TP being just below that low. It's not really a good risk to reward, but the more we're going to jump into the lower time frames, the better the risk to reward that we can get. And looking at SMC wise now, we can even have a movement like this. You can see we had that change of character. We were still pushing. No, sorry, we had a break of structure. We were still pushing up, but we actually came down and broke this low over here. As you can see, we were still pushing nicely. You see, we had a break of structure over there. We came back, respected an order block. Then we had that break of structure again. We came back and we had a change of market character, respected this order block over here. So if we can have a change of character, a break of structure again, respect another level around here, that is an easier entry, and it is a better we have a better risk to reward, because the stop loss, instead of that high over there, would just be that high over there. And if you jump into the higher time frame, the risk to reward is much better. So yeah, that is the view on USDJPY for this coming week, or rather for this first few days of the week. And then let's jump into XAUUSD. Gold, I don't really trade as much lately, but I still love gold, man. As you can see, we had a beautiful entry that was taken on gold last week, and it respected very well and pushed all the way up. You see over there, it respected, boom, came back and actually kept buying ever since. I don't know what this level was there for, but anyways, let's jump into the weekly time frame, clear the chart, and start over. So with gold, you know, with gold, the thing is, there's not a lot of historical price movement to be working with. As you can see, we have our overall high over there. Yes, that's beautiful and everything. And then we have that, I don't want to say it's an overall low, but we have the low over there as well. We are trading between this high and this low. So now we can start to jump into lower time frames to try and understand what gold is doing for us and what direction we could be looking for gold to do. So taking a look at that, I already see somewhat of a downtrend right there. We have a break, but it's not a clean break yet. So we could actually be expecting a bullish gold. So let's just keep clone this guy over here. And as you can see, it is quite similar, you know. It is a quite similar trend. So now let's just give it cater for most touches, and boom, we have somewhat of a bullish flag. So I want with gold, what I want to see gold do for this coming few weeks, I want gold to actually push up and give us a 90% rule, and then maybe after the 90% rule is respected, we could have sells. I mean, there's still a few days before the 20th comes about, so by the 20th maybe we can be around here, and then we can push for those overall sells while when Trump comes in. But regardless of that, let's not jump too far for the future. Let's just focus on what is to come in the next few weeks, next few days. And looking at that, we have this resistance over here that we could actually be selling from. So we have the overall high. It's not a key level, but this resistance is a key level, and we can jump into lower time frames. I'm seeing a head and shoulders actually right there. as you can see, there is somewhat of a head and shoulders that had played out over there, and that head and shoulders actually gave us somewhat of a resistance as well. Cool. So now we have a few key levels that we're looking at. Let's see if I can't find any more key levels. That was a beautiful key level. As you can see, gold actually came back, respected, and then pushed up from there. Gold has been respecting quite a bit, you know. Lately, gold has actually been respecting quite a bit, you know. And here's one more level that I actually want to mark out. Gold has been a good girl for a while, man. Gold has been respecting quite a bit. So looking at that, we have somewhat of an uptrend that formed over here. But even with that uptrend, it is not clear as day. But regardless, we have it, you know, and that's what matters. So currently we are at the top for gold right there. So we had a 1 touch, 2 touch, expecting somewhat of a 3 touch around there, expecting somewhat of sells around it later, and then we have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch at the top. So we needed 3 touch at the bottom for us to have like a clean trend. But then we also have this over here, and that could also be our confirmation for sells. But for now, as long as we are still within this section over here, we can jump into the higher time and lower time frames. As long as we are in this trend over here, we are still pushing up. As long as we are above here, as you can see with NFP, we actually sold till this resistance over here, and then from there we started buying, and we could have been targeting over there. But let's just clear that and jump into the lower time frames to actually have a better view of gold. So with gold, my expectation for Tuesday, since we are expecting sells on USDJPY, we're expecting buys on gold. So the type of movement that I actually want to see on gold play out before Tuesday, I would like to see somewhat of movements like this to give us maybe a touch over there or to a touch of its support, and then from there we can push up, right? But for now, I don't really have a clean view of gold for the upcoming week, but let's just say this will be a nice target for me. This would be a nice trade for me, an easy trade in and out, and stop loss literally right below this low over here. Let's just move that. Stop loss literally right below this low over here, and that will be a nice point of invalidation for me. And then from there we can push to target this high over here as TP number 1, right? So basically CPI, I'm expecting gold to give us those. So since NFP gave us a strong dollar, CPI giving us a strong dollar, so PPI giving us a weak, meaning PPI I'm expecting buys, CPI we sell to this point, and then after CPI we can go right back with gold. So yeah guys, these are the only 2 pairs I will be watching for now. So thank you guys for tuning in today for the market breakdown. I hope you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let us share the knowledge and spread it with as many people as possible. Let us make money in this coming week, my beautiful people. Make sure you find yourself in the Telegram group for this free setups, and I will be breaking down, giving a few information here and there. And if you're looking for mentorship, I do offer lifetime mentorship at a 500 rand. And my beautiful people, signing